Loch Aline turned out to be one of the highlights of our summer cruise. It was an absolute gem. There was plenty of really good walking to be had along the loch. This house and its gardens were open to the public right at the end of the loch. We walked all the way to the end but didn't quite get to the house, but we'll save that for next time. We could walk down to the village where there was a really well stocked shop, cafe, a restaurant. It really was a great stopover place, and the facilities at the Loch Aline harbour were really good. The washroom facilities that the staff at Marina had told us about were certainly very good, and we really enjoyed a good peaceful stay. The only slight noise was from the silica sand mine near the entrance to the loch, which made its presence felt during the day. The Kilmelford ferry ran to Fishnish on the Isle of Mull and was always very busy. As we approached Tobermory with its colourful houses, we could see it was very busy and lots of boats around, but we eventually identified the Boyd Channel, which took us through to the marina. We managed to secure a berth in the marina next to a French boat, and the skipper was very helpful, giving us a hand with the lines as we went in. But it soon filled up very quickly afterwards, so it just shows what a popular place it is to yachtsmen, really. Tobermory's trademark colourful houses were really great to see. Or was it really Balamory? If you know anything about children's TV, you'll know why. We came across the Kilmelford ferry Loch Crinan, which is a frequent visitor to Holy Loch as it goes in there for repairs. The marina itself was very nice indeed, good facilities and not too expensive, to be honest. Well, as I enjoy the odd dram of whisky, of course we had to go to the Tobermory distillery. And here's the bottle of whisky I bought, which I'm told is pronounced Leitchig. It's Tuesday 29th of July and 10:18 in the morning at the moment. We're just leaving Tobermory. It's been a very nice stay, it's a lovely place. But we're heading south now again, starting our return journey home. So we'll be going down to Dunstaffnage to try and get in there for the night. We headed south down the Sound of Mull. It was quite an overcast day, but again the wind let us down. We managed to get out before the ferry left Fishnish on its journey to Loch Aline. Well, it's been a pretty windless day today. We've had to motor down the Sound of Mull. As we've come out of the bottom here, the wind's completely died away. Less than 2 knots. It was really good yesterday when we motored up to Tobermory. We were actually motoring against the wind and the tide, but the boats coming the other way were having a great sail. Some of them had spinnakers up, they were being pushed right down the Sound. But today, which I thought, well, maybe we'd get lucky and be in the same position, but no, the wind has let us down today completely. So we're just motoring over now to the lighthouse, and yeah, we'll be passing that and changing course to go up to Dunstaffnage. So we should be there in a couple of hours' time. There we go, flat car. We motored back through the gap between the Lismore Lighthouse and Lady's Rock, then turned to port and headed up to Dunstaffnage. The view of the Grampian mountain range towards Ben Nevis was really spectacular. The pilotage to get into Dunstaffnage was fairly straightforward, but there was a channel to follow in between the small island and the mainland, so we had to be reasonably careful on the way in to make sure we had sufficient depth, but it was well buoyed once inside and quite easy to get into the marina. However, if we're completely honest, it wasn't particularly our favourite stop-off point. All the facilities seemed a little bit tired and could have been a lot better. It's Wednesday the 30th of July. I'm not sure if I'm just a bad passage planner or we're just unlucky in this boat, because every time we take it out, the wind is on the nose. You just couldn't believe it. We've come out today to start a passage back towards Loch Melfort, and it's absolutely on the nose, and sea state's sort of slight to moderate, so we're having to motor sail into it at the moment. We're just heading in through or will be in a minute, through the North Channel into Oban, and we'll go down the Cuan Sound and come out the other side, see what it's like there. It's a bit rough. We may go into Pool Doran, but hopefully we can carry on, maybe go through Cuan Sound again and into Loch Melfort. So we'll see how it pans out. As we were passing Oban again, we actually got our clearest look of the town that we'd actually had, because it was quite cloudy and murky when we were based in the marina. Once we were out of Cuan Sound, we were able to push on for Loch Melfort, and we caught up and passed this Swiss yacht, who later became our pontoon neighbour. Following this, the conditions started to get a lot worse, with the cloud thickening and rain starting to fall. So we made the decision to take a shortcut through Easdale Sound. The exit to the sound was quite tricky, as it was very, very narrow. We re-entered Cuan Sound and almost immediately were in the fast tidal streams pushing us through towards the Cleat Rock again. It's surrounded by whirlpools here. Well, that was an exciting trip through Cuan Sound again. We had over 8 knots of speed over the ground there, and the boat speed was around about over 6. Whirlpools everywhere. It was really difficult to keep a straight course, but yeah, we got through going the opposite way this time. So yeah. We're quite happy with that. We spent the night back in Kilmelford Yacht Haven, where it poured with rain all night. It's Thursday the 31st of July, just leaving Kilmelford Yacht Haven. Not going too far today, about 10-12 miles down to Crinan, ready to start our trip through the canal. Unbelievably this time we had both wind and tide with us. We had the wind over the starboard beam, and the Genoa was all we needed to give us a really good speed to carry us south. The passage going through the Dorus Mor was really fast and hardly took any time at all. just about to exit the Dorus Mor. Wind's been a bit up and down coming down here. We've absolutely screamed through, but we've made really good progress through it, and we're about to exit and cross over to the Canal Basin. The wind was lighter as we exited the Dorus Mor, so we ended up motor sailing across and into Loch Crinan. Once again there were plenty of whirlpools and patches of disturbed water to get through, but it wasn't too bad, to be quite honest. This was our first encounter with a canal and its locks, and the ferocity of the water as we entered the sea lock was quite astonishing, and we were quite unprepared for it. We were quite excited to find ourselves moored next to the famous Clyde Puffer Vic 32. She was built in 1943 at Dunstaffnage in Yorkshire, and was commissioned by the Admiralty as a supply ship. We relaxed and spent a very peaceful night in the Canal Basin before moving on along the canal the following day.